Let's start with the happy stuff, right? Okay, let's start with Prince Charles's birthday. He was 75 last week, and how did that go? Was it a happy family occasion?
I think it was, Dawn. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, quite an achievement, 3/4 of a century. I've observed the King since he was born. I remember I was 5 years old. My mother turned to me and said, Princess Elizabeth's had a baby. Well, I remember him throughout his childhood. I remember being at primary school and we bought national savings stamps. The half-crown one had Prince Charles's face on, and the sixpenny one only had Princess Anne's face on. So immediately there was a pecking order there. And one has seen him throughout his life. It's extraordinary because during the 50s, when he was growing up, he seemed a little bit geeky. He didn't look quite right. The ears stuck out and all the rest of it. And when he went to university, when he went to Cambridge, he hung out with, I think, really the wrong people. He didn't think socially. Mainly his friends were the landed gentry and people who were a bit like him. And he sort of discovered the Goon Show when we'd all moved on to Monty Python's Flying Circus. So he seemed a little bit old. I always felt that he was sort of born 50 years old. But you know what's happened now, Dawn? I've never seen him so happy, so relaxed, so much enjoying himself after the longest apprenticeship in history, more than 70 years, waiting for the top job. He's really relishing it. And of course, compared with his mother's wonderful, record-breaking, more than 70-year reign, his will be a short reign, but a short reign can be extremely successful. His great-great-grandfather, Edward VII, reigned only for 9 years, but gave his name to the Edwardian era. And here we see the king in all his majesty opening Parliament, state opening of Parliament, which, of course, has been around his birthday. That was a great occasion, and I thought it was brilliantly staged and carried off in great style.
Michael, I have to mention them. You know I do. It's literally written in the contract. There is a thorn on the side. He had a lovely happy birthday, and he looked very happy, as you say. But there is a new book coming out by Omid Scobie, isn't there, who wrote that, the first... Not that Harry and Meghan had anything to do with it, unless they were asked in the High Court, in which they suddenly did. But Omid Scobie has got a new book coming out called Endgame, which he denies the Duchess of Sussex had anything to do with. How do you think this is going to go down with Charles?
Endgame. Well, I think everybody who knows anything about it has said, why? Why do you have to go over the details of the way in which Her Majesty the Queen met her death? Other critics have said that it's really a compilation of published material. There's absolutely nothing in it. But it does seem to be seen through a Sussex focus, a Harry and Meghan focus. It says favourable things about them and less favourable things about other members of the royal family. And what happened on the terrible day the Queen died, and of course Prince Harry seems to resent the fact that he wasn't on the royal aircraft up to Balmoral, and he wasn't there, he didn't arrive in time for his grandmother's death, and he heard it on the radio. Well, he was just late for the plane, and other members of the royal family had to take to get there. So, I mean, it's a lot of special pleading. I don't know whether it adds much to the sum of knowledge.